spot's a little harder to maneuver out of. He'll probably have to take a little backing up. Maybe not. Oh. But it extends all the way past this fence in front of us. So don't worry if you don't see any animals yet. Keep your eyes peeled though, because the animals that live in this habitat are very good at hiding. And make sure our poster isn't coming. We're good, Thomas. We can fit under it even when the poster's coming. It's just easier not to worry about it. It's loud and things fall out. So after we pass this next leg of the coaster, you guys are probably going to see the first animal of the day that lives in this habitat. These are our Nyala antelope. Nyala are forest-dwelling antelopes, so they do spend the majority of their days hiding in all this brush and shrubbery and all the trees around us. But it is breakfast time, so they're over there eating their yummy breakfast. So Nyala, like I said, do live in the forest. They're really, really good at camouflaging or light settings. So when they're hiding down in all this brush, like they usually do in the afternoon, it is very hard to see them. Our herd out here is all female. We did have a male. He lived out here a few years ago. He still exists. He lives in another habitat. His name is Woody, and he did his job a little too well for a while. We had too many babies. So to give the moms a break and let those babies go and move on to other years, we put them on the habitat. We never just want to have babies willy-nilly. It's all a part of a bigger plan. Got another Nyala up here hanging out. If he sticks his head up, you'll see his horns are just a little bit shorter than the rest of the females right now. As he gets bigger, he'll look very similar to the females. He'll just end up being a little bit larger in size than them, which is pretty normal. But both the eland and the Adax are going to be antelopes that both the males and the females will have horns. With our eland, especially out here, the only way to tell the difference between our male and the rest of the females hanging out by that tree, the way I can tell he's the male, usually out in the wild, he'd be a good 500 to 1,000 pounds larger than them. Impala, have you guys ever heard that name Impala before? Yeah. Or ever heard it?
Car.
Yeah, it's a car. Do you guys think they would name a car after slow animals or fast animals?
Fast.
Yeah, that's right. They are pretty fast. They are what we like to refer to as endurance runners. So even though they're not quite as fast as their predator, their favorite prey item of cheetah, they can maintain their top speeds of about 45-50 miles an hour. Somehow for you guys. So over here off the driver's side, this is one of my favorite animals out here. This is Jody. Jody is our female black rhinoceros. So I do say she's a black rhino. Does she look black to you guys? What color is she? White. Close to the road. Some people like to give them their space. If I go in this way, hopefully by the time we get over there, they'll have moved a little bit, allowing us to get a little bit closer. They're really large animals. At the end of the day, this is their home, not ours. So we like to give them as much space and make them feel as comfortable as possible. Hopefully we'll open up. The rest of them are hanging up around this corner. Yep, those two ostriches over there are our two female redneck Maasai ostriches. Here a little closer, you can see the coloring of their necks and their legs. The males, especially so. Those are both female. They're usually Thelma and Louise. Yes. Kids never laugh at that. They have no idea what Thelma and Louise are. But just because they're females, it means they will still lay eggs from time to time. We obviously don't get any baby ostriches. But because there are two of them, one of them will kind of take on the male role of watching the nest at night, and the other female will watch it during the day. Oil on that coat of theirs that makes them almost water resistant, so they're able to get in and out of the water and be nice and dry. Here, because there's a lot of the same things. They can jump clear over this wire fence if they wanted to. They can jump up 10 feet in the air from a standing position. It's flexible. It's really there to keep our rhinos out here. And there's the rest of our Grant's gazelle herd. So the easiest way to tell the difference between those Thompson's gazelles and these Grant's gazelles is going to be that white marking on their hindquarters. It's going to go all the way up above their tail and back down the other side. But the Thompson's gazelle won't go quite that high. It'll cut under their tail. So we say our Grant's gazelles look like they're wearing for wildebeest and zebras to hang out just like this as they would in the wild. Those two animals are going to help lead what we know as the Great Migration. Have you guys ever heard of this before? Yep, I've seen it on Nat Geo, Discovery Channel, all that jazz. So those wildebeests help lead that migration. They have a really cool superpower. They are actually able to smell something that tells them where to go. A lot of people think it's water or the rain. They can smell the rain. That's how they know which direction to travel in. But it is actually phosphorus gas. So when plants grow, they grass. There's water. Where there's water, you're healthy and you've got food and you're good to go. So yeah, they'll travel all over the continent throughout the year. And our wildebeest will kick up so much dust because there are so many of them. You can actually see that dust cloud. So I said Jody's species is going to top out around 3,000 pounds or so. These animals will weigh anywhere between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds, maybe even closer to 6,000 pounds with the males. So that's our male combo. And then the rest of these are female. Unfortunately for Tondo, he's not the largest rhino out here. Our female Lucy right back over there. She is the largest, weighing in right around 4,500 pounds. Tampa is going to weigh somewhere around 4,300, so just a little bit smaller. And we're going to have Callie, Kasiri, and Milani are the other two females right out here. So another difference between our black and our white rhinos is the shape of their mouths. I mentioned that Jody is going to have much more of a pointed mouth. She is more of a browser. Our white rhino out here, I call them our lawn mowers on this, which is a great sign. The last thing you want to do if you're an unhappy animal is try to make more of you. So the fact that we are seeing those breeding behaviors, it tells us that we are doing our job to keep them happy and healthy. And so what they're born, who their parents are, all of that jazz. That way when you find us a really good spot to stop, once he does that, I am going to ask you guys, do not reach out and touch any of the giraffe. They usually get pretty close to the cat. They're only here for the lettuce. They're not like our dogs and cats that love to scratch and eat heads. They're all reticulated giraffes, so just net-like. So they get that name from that net-like pattern on their bodies. And this I'm going to be able to tell them all apart as well. It is a little giraffe. It's sad that we're just out next to her. Yeah. Well, that's so when she started doing it, they were like, oh no, they live out here. They get parasites every once in a while and things like that. So they had the vets look at her and she was totally fine. She just likes to be scratched, I guess. So up here at the feeder loop, we do have our male Bernie. He's going to be that taller giraffe for you guys. It does look like Takiza might make her way over here. She's a frequent flyer as well. He travels down her throat, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. That is so big.
There you go. She does have a current calf out here on the belt as well. Her current baby's name is Patty, and she just turned 2 right back around St. Patrick's Day. But she's actually a grandmother, so Cupid's done a very good job of helping to keep the giraffe species alive. They are endangered out in the wild, unfortunately. But their numbers have been growing over the last few years, so people are doing a good job of helping to bring this species back. So her neck is super, super long.
Yeah.
How many vertebrae or neck bones do you guys think she has in her neck? 40? That's a good guess. 1,000? Not 1,000. Do you guys have a guess? You notice anything weird about it?
It's purple.
Yeah. It is a weird color. It is that purple or dark color. That's extra melanin. So the same stuff that we all have in our skin that gives us each our individual skin colors. Giraffes have lots of it in their tongues. It's going to help keep their tongue protected from the sun. As you guys can see and probably guess, she does spend a good majority of their day with their tongue outside of their mouth eating all the yummy leaves. There you go.
This thing is so tall.
So Takiza is making her way over. Ossified calcium. They grow as they grow. You'll see all the giraffes have them. They do use them for behavior out in the wild, and they've done it. They do it here. It's called necking.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it sounds like. They're going to swing that big head and neck around and hit each other with those ossicones. Males will do it to fight for females. Females will do it to fight for dominance.
Wow.
So we do see it out here from time to time. This head and neck all together weigh hundreds of pounds. So you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, go ahead and hold on. We are going to get moving. Got to say goodbye to Miss Cupid. All righty, we are good, Thomas. You go, sweet girl. So as we drive away, you guys have any other questions about Cupid or any other giraffe in general? They're gorgeous. If I could take them all home and have a yard full of giraffe, I would. Yeah, Bernie's pretty big. So Henry and Cupid are actually half siblings. They have the same mother. He's so cool. Ruby is actually my favorite giraffe. She's a little sassy. She doesn't like the hard parts of the lettuce. So when she gets to that part, she spits it out. She's been known to hit people in the face. So these are our Giraffes. These are hanging out over here. So you don't Yep, so they're a lot. They're going to be a little bit bigger than animals. Yeah, so that's the third species of zebra. We have them over there. This is have a baby. But this is our baby Adax hanging out right here. Yep, that's him. He's about 7 or 8 months old now. Adax are probably one of the most stubborn animals out here as well. There are times throughout the day where they're all just standing in the road and we can't usually get them to move until they decide they're ready. We're good, Thomas. So as we head back in, do you guys have any questions